Prayer, the Art of Believing, inspired by Neville Goddard, written and published by Audible Aria. In the realm where prayer and belief intersect, Neville Goddard shines as a guiding light. His unique gift lies in elucidating this mystical terrain, making it accessible to all. With adeptness, he imparts invaluable teachings on prayer and unveils the mechanics of the universe. Goddard's forte undoubtedly lies in his role as a teacher of prayer techniques. Through his wisdom, he empowers individuals to harness the potency of prayer effectively. Those who embrace his methods often find their prayers yielding tangible results. Personally, I've experienced the transformative power of adopting Goddard's approach to prayer. Since integrating his teachings into my spiritual practice, I've witnessed a notable increase in the manifestation of my desires. I firmly believe that anyone can unlock similar outcomes by embracing his methods with sincerity and dedication. Now, what exactly is prayer? Maybe you've heard about it in Sunday school or seen people kneeling or clasping their hands together to pray. But what does it really mean to pray, and how do you go about doing it? We'll explore this topic using some quotes from the Bible. One key idea to keep in mind is the saying, "Whatsoever you believe, you shall receive." Understanding this is crucial. But how do you change your beliefs, and what do you believe in right now? These are questions that Ghadir tackles in his wonderful book, Prayer, the Art of Believing. In it, he delves into the essence of prayer and provides insights into how our beliefs shape our prayers. Prayer is like a master key. Imagine you have a key that opens just one door in a house. That's good, right? But what if you had a key that could unlock every door in the house? That's what prayer is like for solving all kinds of problems in life. In a book titled Prayer, the Art of Believing, the author highlights the immense potency of prayer. Within its pages lies a chapter dedicated to the profound impact that prayer can have on our lives. This chapter opens with a poignant quote from the poet Tennyson, who suggests that the influence of prayer transcends our understanding, prompting more outcomes than we can fathom. The essence of this chapter revolves around the notion that prayer possesses extraordinary power. It delves into the belief that through prayer, remarkable feats can be accomplished. Whether seeking solace in times of distress or aspiring towards lofty goals, prayer serves as a conduit for transformation and manifestation. Prayer is not a fleeting act, but rather akin to an art form that requires diligent practice. Unlike a simple task completed once and set aside, prayer demands ongoing cultivation and refinement. At its core lies the ability to harness and control one's imagination. Contrary to the misconception that prayer revolves around the repetition of eloquent phrases, its essence lies in cultivating a state of inner calm and tranquility. It transcends mere verbal utterances, delving into the realm of inner peace and serenity. Central to mastering the art of prayer is the skill of controlling one's imagination. Rather than allowing thoughts to wander aimlessly, practitioners learn to channel their mental faculties towards focused contemplation. This entails fostering a sense of harmony between mind and spirit, creating a conducive environment for prayer to flourish. Just as an artist hones their craft through dedicated practice, so too must individuals commit themselves to the discipline of prayer. It is a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth, requiring patience, persistence, and unwavering dedication. Sometimes people do certain rituals when they pray, thinking it makes their prayers more effective. But really, those rituals are just superstitions. People who are serious about prayer often don't understand how it works. They might think the rituals are what make their prayers work, but that's not true. The most important thing in prayer is having faith, but faith alone isn't enough. You also need to understand what you're praying for and why. The book tries to make the mysterious parts of prayer easier to understand. It explains the rules that govern prayer based on what people have noticed over time. The universal law of reversibility is like the backbone of how prayer works. Let's think about it this way. Imagine you're talking about something, and as you talk, something starts moving. This connection between speech and movement was understood long before someone thought about making a machine that could play back speech, like a phonograph. Similarly, electricity used to be created through rubbing things together to create friction. But nobody thought about using electricity to create friction until later. The idea is that if one thing can cause another thing to happen, then the reverse can also be true. For example, if heat can make something move, then something moving can create heat. If electricity can make magnets, then magnets can also make electricity. And if your voice can create sound waves, then those sound waves can also create your voice again. This law is super important because it helps us understand that if we can imagine how we'd feel when we achieve something, then we can use those feelings to make that thing happen. It's like a reverse engineering of our emotions. So, when you're told to pray as if you already have what you're praying for, it's because of this law of reversibility. It's like knowing that if you can picture yourself feeling a certain way when you achieve your goal, you're actually making it more likely to happen. If you feel a certain way because you believe your prayer has come true, then it's likely that feeling can actually make your prayer come true. It's like a two-way street where feelings can turn into prayers and prayers can turn into feelings. This happens because everything that happens in our minds can affect what happens in the world around us. So, if you want something to happen, you should try to feel as if it's already happened. Close your eyes and imagine, just for a moment, that your deepest desires have already come true. Picture yourself surrounded by the joy and contentment that accompanies their fulfillment. Feel the warmth of that happiness permeating every fiber of your being. This sensation, akin to a tiny seed planted within your soul, possesses the remarkable ability to blossom into the reality you yearn for. Like a gardener tenderly nurturing a seedling, it is essential to cultivate this feeling of happiness within yourself. Water it with positivity, bask in its radiance, and watch as it steadily takes root and flourishes. This process mirrors the concept of belief, the unwavering conviction in the realization of your desires. The key lies in embracing this feeling with unwavering faith and commitment. By steadfastly believing in the possibility of your dreams coming true, you breathe life into them, propelling them from the realm of imagination into tangible existence. This idea helps explain why having faith is so important. Even when we can't see something happening, if we truly believe it will, it often does. This is why, in a saying from the Bible, it's mentioned that believing you've already received what you're praying for is crucial. It's about feeling it in your heart so strongly that it starts to shape your reality. When it comes to prayer, grasping the dual nature of our consciousness is key. Our consciousness isn't a single entity, rather it comprises two distinct parts, the conscious and the subconscious. While the conscious part governs our everyday awareness, it's the subconscious that holds immense strength and influence, much like the hidden bulk of an iceberg beneath the water's surface. Consider it this way: the conscious part represents what we know about ourselves, our thoughts, and actions in our waking lives. However, the subconscious is the true powerhouse, reflecting our deepest beliefs, desires, and motivations. Though interconnected, it's the subconscious that wields greater potency. Acknowledging this dual nature of consciousness underscores the importance of tapping into the subconscious realm during prayer. While the conscious mind may articulate our intentions, it's the subconscious that orchestrates the true manifestation of our desires. By recognizing and harnessing the immense power of our subconscious, we can unlock a deeper level of spiritual connection and efficacy in our prayers. The subconscious is where everything we know and everything we can imagine resides. It's like a vast treasure trove of possibilities. What's interesting is that even though we might not be aware of it, our subconscious beliefs and assumptions shape how we act and what we experience in life. It's like our subconscious is constantly creating the world around us based on what we believe to be true. So when we're asleep, our subconscious is still active, working away in the background. It's like a silent partner, bringing to life our deepest desires and assumptions. It's like a creator, shaping our reality according to what's hidden deep within us. Imagine prayer as a magical key, capable of unlocking a vast treasure chest overflowing with goodness and blessings. It beckons us to embark on a journey of discovery, whispering, "Give it a try, and behold the wonders that await you." Prayer, in its essence, is an invitation to connect with the divine, to voice our hopes, dreams, and concerns with sincerity and faith. It serves as a conduit through which we communicate with a higher power, opening the floodgates of possibility and potential. Like a curious adventurer stumbling upon a hidden trove, engaging in prayer unveils a realm of limitless possibilities. It is a testament to the miraculous workings of the universe, where our heartfelt pleas are met with abundance and grace. When we pray, something special happens inside us. It's like our deepest thoughts and beliefs get a makeover. And when our thoughts change, our whole outlook on life changes too. It's like upgrading from a plain old car to a fancy sports car. Our conscious mind, the part of us that thinks logically and learns from what we see and experience, sometimes struggles to believe in things that don't seem possible based on what we can see and touch. It's like saying, "If I can't see it or touch it, how can it be real?" But prayer helps us tap into something deeper within us. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly we can see things in a whole new way, even things that our logical mind might have doubted before. Understanding the inner workings of our minds is crucial, particularly in the realm of prayer. Our subconscious mind, akin to a silent partner in our mental endeavors, operates in a unique manner. Unlike our conscious mind, which sifts through information critically, the subconscious accepts ideas without question, molding them into reality. Think of it this way. The subconscious is like a faithful servant, dutifully executing whatever commands it receives. It doesn't discern between truth and falsehood. Rather, it faithfully carries out the directives it is given. This innate tendency makes it a potent force in shaping our lives. To truly harness the power of prayer, it's essential to grasp this distinction between our conscious and subconscious minds. While the conscious mind acts as the navigator, steering the course of our thoughts and actions, it's the subconscious that propels us forward, fueling our endeavors with unwavering determination. By recognizing the dynamic interplay between these two aspects of our mind, we gain insight into the mechanics of prayer. Through deliberate intention and alignment of our conscious and subconscious faculties, we can unleash the full potential of our spiritual practice, ushering forth transformative change in our lives. Prayer, the art of believing. It talks a lot about how our subconscious mind is influenced by what we believe, even if it goes against what our senses tell us. When we pray, we're basically telling our subconscious what we want, and it takes that and runs with it, making it real in our lives. It's like having a superpower within us that can make anything possible. And even though the world around us might seem big and powerful, the true power lies within us, in our subconscious mind. It's like saying, "There's something amazing inside you that's even stronger than anything else in the world." When our thoughts and feelings stay strong and steady without being interrupted, they become beliefs that our mind takes seriously. It's like saying, when we really believe in something, our mind listens and makes it happen. Our conscious mind comes up with ideas, and our subconscious mind takes those ideas and runs with them until they make sense. It's like having a team where one member comes up with the plan and the other member figures out how to make it work. Our subconscious mind plays a vital role in helping us navigate life's myriad decisions. Without its innate ability to process information and guide our actions, making sound choices would be a daunting task. It's akin to acknowledging that without the assistance of our subconscious, we would bear little responsibility for our actions. Consider the subconscious as our silent ally, tirelessly working behind the scenes to decipher complexities and provide clarity amidst uncertainty. Its intuitive grasp of patterns and nuances enables us to discern between right and wrong, steering us towards choices that align with our values and aspirations. When we feel strongly about something, those feelings send messages to our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is so powerful that it can even send those messages to other people without them knowing it. It's like saying, our thoughts and feelings can sneak into other people's minds and affect how they act. The only thoughts that people reject are the ones that go against how they want to see themselves. Everything else, if they can imagine it for someone else, they'll believe it about themselves too. And because of how the subconscious mind works, they'll end up acting in line with those beliefs, whether they realize it or not. Our subconscious mind is like a sponge. It soaks up whatever suggestions we give it. The best time to suggest ideas to our subconscious is when our conscious mind is relaxed or not paying much attention. It's like saying, when we're kind of daydreaming or not fully focused, our subconscious is more open to new ideas. In the realm of prayer, achieving a state of controlled reverie holds profound significance. This tranquil state of mind, akin to deep focus, strikes a delicate balance between serenity and activity. It's a time when our minds are calm yet fully engaged, devoid of conflicting thoughts or distractions. Think of it as a serene oasis amidst the hustle and bustle of everyday life, a sanctuary where clarity reigns supreme. During this sacred interlude, it's crucial to maintain unwavering focus on our desires without succumbing to doubt or wavering faith. Imagine prayer as a journey inward, where every thought and intention is carefully nurtured in the fertile soil of controlled reverie. Like a skilled gardener tending to precious seeds, we must cultivate an environment of undisturbed concentration, shielding our aspirations from the winds of uncertainty. If you can maintain this state of focused desire during prayer, according to the law of reversibility, which says that what you imagine can become real, you'll see your desires come to life. It's like saying, if you can really believe in what you're praying for, it's more likely to happen. Imagination is like a magical power that we all have. It's what allows us to dream big and visualize things that aren't right in front of us. People who are imaginative are like wizards, constantly creating spells with their thoughts. Even the most ordinary tasks, like our moms sewing our socks, can plant seeds of imagination in our minds, shaping how we see the world. If we can unintentionally influence people with our imagination, then imagine what we can do if we intentionally focus our imagination. For imaginative folks, everything around them is just a tool to fuel their creativity. They see beyond what's obvious, diving into the depths of their minds where every idea stands strong on its own. Prayer is more than just uttering words. It's a profound act of imagination and faith. When we pray, we're not merely reciting phrases. We're tapping into the boundless power of our imagination to envision our desires and wholeheartedly believe in their realization. Think of prayer as a canvas upon which we paint our deepest aspirations, imbued with the colors of faith and conviction. It's a sacred dance between imagination and belief, where the lines between what is and what can be blur into insignificance. Prayer becomes a transformative force when we combine the creative power of our imagination with unwavering faith. Like a potent elixir, this fusion unlocks the latent potential within us, propelling our intentions from the realm of possibility to the realm of certainty. In a person who truly believes, there's no need to rely on logic or reason. Instead, they follow their instincts, focusing solely on the feeling of having their desires fulfilled. They understand that imagination and faith are the only tools they need to make things happen in their lives. To make the law of consciousness work, you need to have faith deep down inside, even if your logical mind disagrees. It's about feeling and accepting as true what your senses might deny. You don't need someone's permission or even their awareness to influence them. Through telepathy, you can connect with them directly. To do this, you mentally call out to them, focus on them, and imagine them responding to you. Picture them achieving what you want for them, and imagine them telling you about it in a normal conversation. Feel happy for their success as if it's already happened. After having this mental conversation, return to your regular thoughts. knowing that what you've imagined will come true. It's not just about having a strong will. It's about truly believing in what you've imagined and feeling it deeply. It's like saying, when you can vividly imagine something and truly believe it, it's more likely to become real. When what you believe and what you want clash, what you believe usually wins out. It's like saying, your beliefs have a stronger influence on what happens to you than just your desires. So it's important to believe in what you want as if it's already true. This idea is echoed in a saying from the Bible that talks about the power of belief, suggesting that if you truly believe in something, anything is possible. When you pray, you're encouraged to believe that what you're praying for has already happened. It's like saying, when you pray, really believe that you've already received what you're asking for, and it'll come true. This strong belief in the end result actually shapes the path to getting there. It's like saying, believing in your goal helps you figure out how to achieve it. You're also encouraged to imagine your friends already having what you wish for them. It's like saying, imagine your friends being successful, as if it's already happening. This combination of imagination and belief is powerful. It's like saying, imagination is like planting the seed, and belief is what makes it grow. Sometimes people believe in things that might not be true, but their belief still affects what happens to them. It's like saying, even if what you believe isn't real, it still influences your life. This is why things like medicine or religious relics can sometimes have healing effects. It's not necessarily the thing itself, but the belief in its power. When it comes to prayer, having too much doubt or being too focused on logic can get in the way. It's like saying, if you're too skeptical or too focused on figuring things out logically, it's hard to truly believe in what you're praying for. Forcing yourself to believe something when you have doubts usually just makes those doubts stronger. In the realm of healing and behavior modification, sometimes silence speaks louder than words. This concept, known as the silent or absent treatment, harnesses the power of suggestion without the recipient's awareness. By withholding information about the suggestions being given, there's no opportunity for conflicting ideas to arise, making the influence more potent. Imagine a scenario where someone is undergoing treatment or therapy without knowledge of the suggestions being imparted to them. In this silent exchange, the recipient remains unaware of the subtle influences shaping their thoughts and behaviors. Without resistance or skepticism, the suggestions take root unimpeded, facilitating a deeper level of healing and transformation. It's not necessary for the person to be aware that anything is being done for them. Actually, it's better if they don't know. When the conscious mind doesn't know about the suggestion, the subconscious mind works better. The person unconsciously accepts the suggestions as their own thoughts, even though they're influenced by someone else. This shows that we often don't know why we do what we do. The subconscious mind acts like a conductor, taking in the thoughts and feelings of others and making them our own. So when someone is treated silently or without them knowing, their subconscious mind takes in the suggestion without any resistance. When you're feeling certain vibrations from others, or even from yourself, it's like those vibes are sending signals to your subconscious mind. But a disciplined person doesn't let these vibes control them unless they bring about positive feelings and thoughts. With an understanding of the law of reversibility, a disciplined person can change their world by imagining and feeling only good things. When they focus on positive thoughts and feelings, it's like they're creating a beautiful image inside themselves that can spread to others. They know that the real savior isn't just a person, it's whatever can help someone in need. For someone who's sick, the savior is health. For someone who's hungry, it's food. And for someone who's thirsty, it's water. By imagining themselves already having what they desire, they're walking alongside their savior. According to the law of reversibility, everything that occurs has the potential to be undone or reversed. This principle suggests that by focusing on positive feelings and thoughts, individuals can not only transform themselves, but also influence the world around them for the better. Think of it as a ripple effect. When individuals cultivate positivity within themselves, it radiates outward, touching the lives of those around them and beyond. By embracing optimism and hope, they become catalysts for positive change, igniting a chain reaction of transformation. Imagine a world where kindness, compassion, and joy abound. It's a reality shaped by the collective efforts of individuals who choose to focus on the good, despite life's challenges. Through their unwavering positivity, they embody the spirit of the law of reversibility, manifesting a brighter future for themselves and others. When you feel a certain energy or emotion, it's like planting a seed in your mind. Instead of waiting a long time for something good to happen, you can create that good feeling right now. For example, if thinking about a future harvest makes you happy, then feeling that happiness now can bring that harvest sooner. It's like saying, why wait for good things to happen later when you can feel good right now? This moment is the perfect time to turn sadness into happiness, to replace heaviness with lightness, and to trade ashes for beauty. When you do this, it's like you're becoming stronger and more joyful, showing the world how wonderful life can be. Now, let's talk about energy and power. Everyone is influenced by the same psychological laws that affect people under hypnosis. In hypnosis, a person's normal awareness is decreased, making them more open to suggestions. Even though their conscious mind is asleep, their subconscious mind is still active and aware of what's happening around them. The more asleep their conscious mind is, the more powerful their subconscious mind becomes. Suggestions that might not have much effect on someone when they're fully awake can have a big impact when they're in a hypnotic state. This is because in hypnosis, their conscious mind is quiet, allowing their subconscious mind to be directly influenced by suggestions. From this, it's suggested that anyone who isn't aware of you at the moment is like being in a deep state of hypnosis relative to you. It's like saying, when someone isn't paying attention to you, they're more susceptible to your influence, just like someone under hypnosis. This idea shows how powerful suggestions can be, especially when someone's conscious mind isn't fully engaged. In Ecclesiastes 10:20, it says not to speak ill of others, even in your thoughts, because somehow what you believe about them can affect them. You don't need to put someone into a trance to help them. If they're not aware of your suggestion and you truly believe it will help them, it's like the perfect setup for a successful prayer. Imagine the person you're praying for already achieving what you want them to. Picture yourself congratulating them and seeing them in the state you want them to be in. Every word you say in your mind can make a difference in their life, even if they don't believe it themselves. Even if the person you're praying for doubts what you're saying, it doesn't matter as long as you're confident in your thoughts. Your belief in your prayers and your self-confidence are all that's needed to make them work. It's like saying, if you truly believe in what you're praying for, it can make a real difference regardless of what the other person thinks. Connecting with someone on a deeper level involves tapping into their inner thoughts and feelings. One way to do this is by visualizing them in your mind and imagining their voice, which helps you access their subconscious mind. Picture the person in your mind's eye and imagine them speaking the words you want them to say. For example, if you want to send positive thoughts about health and wealth, visualize them telling you, I feel amazing and I'm so wealthy. This mental imagery helps to plant positive seeds in their subconscious. Next, mentally share your happiness with them by envisioning their joy as if you can see and hear it. Imagine their face lighting up with a smile, and hear their voice expressing gratitude and contentment. This practice of visualization allows you to connect with someone on a profound level, influencing their thoughts and feelings in a positive way. By sending them thoughts of health, wealth, and happiness, you contribute to their well-being and foster a deeper connection between you. When you have this mental conversation, make sure you're completely confident in what you're hearing and saying. If you doubt it even a little, it won't work. Your subconscious mind only listens to what you firmly believe. It's like saying, you have to truly believe in what you're imagining for it to have an effect. When you're in a relaxed state of mind, be careful about what you imagine. If you don't control your thoughts, they'll control you. Whatever you confidently suggest to yourself becomes like a rule for your subconscious mind to follow. It's like saying, when you firmly believe something, your subconscious mind makes it happen. Controlling your beliefs is the key to controlling your subconscious mind, which ultimately shapes your reality. This shows how powerful your imagination and faith are in creating the world around you. It's like saying, what you believe in strongly shapes your life. Now let's talk about the law of thought transmission, which is about how our thoughts and words can have a powerful impact on others. The verse from Psalm 107:20 says that words have the power to heal and save people from destruction. It means that when someone sends positive thoughts or words, it can bring about healing in others. Prayer is more than just words. It's a heartfelt connection between our desires and the divine. To pray effectively, it's essential to have a clear understanding of what we seek. Before we can ask for something, we must know precisely what it is we desire. Imagine prayer as a conversation with the universe, where our intentions are conveyed with clarity and purpose. It's not merely about reciting words, but about imbuing them with the profound conviction that our desires have already been fulfilled. Effective prayer hinges on belief, the unwavering faith that what we ask for is already a reality. It's akin to visualizing our desires as already manifested, allowing the energy of belief to permeate every aspect of our being. It doesn't matter what you're praying for or who it's for. The key is to convince yourself that what you desire will come true. Once you've prayed, you no longer need to keep asking for it because you believe it's already yours. So imagine yourself already in the state you desire, and according to the law of reversibility, your subconscious mind will make it happen. To understand how thoughts can be transmitted to heal someone, let's think about how forces are transmitted. When you want to send a force, like electricity or sound, you need something to carry it. It could be a wire for electricity, a stream of water, or even light. Think of the photophone, a device that uses light to transmit sound. It helps us understand how thoughts can be sent to heal someone. Just like we speak into a microphone to send sound through light in a photophone, our thoughts can also be sent to someone else. There's a similarity between speaking out loud and thinking silently. When we speak, we're like the loud version of our thoughts. The photophone works like this. You speak into a microphone, which causes a mirror to vibrate. The vibrating mirror changes the light it reflects. This modified light carries your voice, not as words, but as vibrations. At the receiving end, the light hits a disc, making it vibrate in the same way the mirror did. This vibration reproduces your voice, even though it's not spoken words anymore. It's like saying, just as light carries sound in a photophone, our thoughts can carry healing intentions to someone else. In the Bible, there's a verse that proclaims, "I am the light of the world." This profound statement speaks to the idea that the awareness of our existence serves as a guiding light, illuminating the depths of our minds and souls. Imagine this light as a beacon of wisdom, casting its radiant glow upon the inner landscape of our thoughts and emotions. Like a guiding star in the night sky, it offers clarity amidst the darkness, enabling us to discern the truth and beauty within ourselves. The verse reminds us that the knowledge of our existence is not merely an intellectual concept, but a transformative force that illuminates our path and reveals the hidden treasures of our innermost being. Think of your mind as a mirror. When you remember something, it's like seeing an image in that mirror. It's similar to looking at your reflection in an actual mirror. The process of seeing in both cases is pretty much the same. Your consciousness, the awareness of yourself and your thoughts, is like the light shining on the mirror of your mind. When you think about someone, it's like you're shining this light towards them. When you talk to the image of that person in your mind, it's like causing the mirror of your mind to vibrate. This vibration changes the light of consciousness reflected on it. This modified light then reaches the person you're thinking about and affects their mind in a similar way. It's like saying, when you think about someone and talk to them in your mind, it's like sending a message to their mind. Your beliefs and fixed attitudes constantly shape how you see the world. It's like your consciousness is a reflection in a mirror, and your beliefs are the things that change that reflection. This modified consciousness then shows up in the conditions of your life. So if you want to change your world, you have to change how you see it. To effect change in someone else, the journey must begin within ourselves. It's not about altering their external behaviors, but rather transforming how we perceive them. By shifting our beliefs and seeing them in a new light, we pave the way for profound transformation. Imagine the person you wish to change in your mind's eye. Envision them embodying the qualities and traits you desire, speaking to them in your thoughts as if they already possess these attributes. This mental dialogue plants seeds of possibility, fostering a shift in perception that transcends the limitations of external circumstances. Everyone possesses a sensitivity to the beliefs others hold about them. Our perceptions shape the way we interact with the world, influencing the behaviors and attitudes of those around us. Thus, if we fail to see the changes we desire in someone, it's not a reflection of their shortcomings, but rather an indication of our own beliefs and perceptions. Once you truly believe in the changes you want to see, things start happening. Every thought has the power to change things and make them real. It's like saying, what you believe and think has a real impact on the world around you. Your thoughts are active and alive, and they won't just disappear. They'll keep working until they bring about the change you want. When you send your thoughts and feelings to someone else, it affects them in a certain way. But once the effect you wanted is achieved, those thoughts and feelings stop having an impact. For example, when you quietly and confidently speak to someone in your mind, it can make them feel a certain way. But once they feel that way, your thoughts no longer influence them. Whatever you focus on in your mind becomes a big part of your life. So if you start thinking about how things used to be, you might end up going back to that way of living. Instead, it's better to focus on what's happening now and what you want for the future. Within each of us lies a treasure trove of potential waiting to be discovered. Our subconscious mind serves as a sanctuary, the source from which all our thoughts and feelings emanate. It's a realm of boundless creativity and possibility where the seeds of our experiences are sown. Consider the example of getting a sunburn. While it may seem like a simple reaction to the sun's rays, it's also influenced by what lies within our minds. Our thoughts and beliefs shape how our bodies respond to external stimuli, illustrating the profound connection between mind and body. The key to experiencing positive outcomes lies in cultivating a mindset of positivity and belief in good things. By harnessing the power of our thoughts and emotions, we become architects of our own reality, shaping our experiences according to the blueprint of our innermost desires. When you think you're giving something to someone else, you're actually helping them discover what they already have inside themselves. It's like waking up something that's been asleep within them. When someone seems to be struggling or facing challenges, it's not necessarily the end. It's just like they're sleeping and forgetting who they truly are. Getting older or experiencing changes in health might seem like losing something, but really, it's just a different kind of sleep. Not death, but a temporary state of rest. When you recognize a certain state or feeling in someone, it's like you're waking it up inside them. Distance doesn't matter to our minds the way it does to our physical bodies. Even if you're far away from someone, you can still connect with them mentally and emotionally. It's like saying, even if I'm on the other side of the world, I can still imagine being right there with you. Imagination holds the power to transport us to different places and seasons, transcending the boundaries of time and space. With its enchanting spell, winter can feel like summer, and a place like Florida can evoke the bustling energy of New York, and vice versa. The distance between desires, whether near or far, becomes inconsequential in the realm of imagination. Consider the wonders of the mind as it paints vivid landscapes and conjures vibrant scenes. Through the lens of imagination, the familiar becomes extraordinary, and the distant feels within reach. It's a testament to the boundless creativity and ingenuity of the human spirit. The outcome of our imaginative journeys remains the same, regardless of proximity or distance. Whether we seek solace in the familiarity of home or yearn for the excitement of distant shores, the transformative power of imagination knows no bounds. When you really want something, it feels like it's right there with you, even if it's not physically nearby. It's like it's so close in your mind that you can't see it with your eyes or touch it with your hands. Your thoughts and feelings are more real than anything else. They're the only things that truly exist. Everything else is just made up of the same stuff, but it vibrates at different speeds. We all come from this place of consciousness, and we'll all go back there eventually. In this consciousness, everything exists. Every state, every feeling, and our beliefs bring them to life. The only thing stopping us from making someone feel something, even if they're far away, is our habit of thinking of distance as a barrier. If you have a friend who's far away but you want to connect with them, you can do it in your mind. Imagine them exactly how you want them to be, and believe that your mental image is just as real as if they were right there in front of you. They'll feel that energy even if they don't know why. It's like saying sometimes we do things without realizing why. We think we're choosing freely, but really our thoughts and feelings are guiding us. The success of prayers doesn't depend on the person you're praying for. It depends on your own mindset. The person you're praying for doesn't have the power to resist the positive thoughts and feelings you're sending their way, as long as those thoughts align with what they would want for themselves. If your intention for them is something they wouldn't want for someone else, then those positive thoughts come back to you instead. It's like a compass needle. It doesn't care which direction you point it in, it just follows your lead. Similarly, if your positive thoughts aren't accepted by the person you're directing them towards, they bounce back to you. There's a saying that goes, "Who's going to harm you if you're doing good?" This means that if you're living a good and honest life, you're less likely to face trouble. It's like saying, "I've been young and now I'm old, and I've never seen good people left alone or their families without food." This saying reminds us that doing good things often leads to a safer and happier life. When we act with kindness, honesty, and fairness, we tend to earn the respect and trust of others. People are more likely to support and help us when we need it, if we've been good to them. Think about it. When we're helpful and kind to others, they're more likely to do the same for us. It creates a circle of positivity and support that can protect us from harm and difficulties. However, it's essential to understand that being good doesn't guarantee a trouble-free life. Sometimes bad things can still happen despite our best efforts. But living a good life can give us strength and resilience to face challenges with courage and dignity. The idea here is that nothing bad happens to good people unless they bring it upon themselves. If someone sends negative thoughts towards another person, those negative thoughts can come back to harm them if the other person doesn't accept them. As you sow, so shall you reap. This means that what you send out into the world comes back to you. If you wish something for someone else and truly believe it, that same thing can be wished and believed for you, and you can't stop it from happening if the person wishing it for you truly believes it. To give something to someone else, like an idea or a wish, you have to be able to receive it yourself. It's like the saying, "Fools take advantage of the world, but wise people make it better." The smartest thing you can do is realize that our destinies are shaped by our thoughts and imaginations. There's nothing outside of our minds that has power over us. So if you want good things for others, make sure you want those same things for yourself. If you want to inspire a certain state in someone else, you have to first feel that state within yourself. You can only give what you have, and what you truly believe becomes real for both you and the other person. What you believe deep inside influences who you are. So don't just look at the outside of things. Instead, believe in what you want to be true, and that belief can make it real for you and others. It's like this. Imagine you want to be good at something, like playing soccer. If you believe you can be good, you're more likely to practice hard and improve. Your belief in yourself can make others see you as a good soccer player too. Sometimes things might not seem perfect on the surface. You might face challenges or doubts. But if you hold on to your positive beliefs, you can overcome those challenges. When you give, whether it's a wish or a belief, you'll receive back even more. This is because whatever you truly believe for others will eventually become true for them. But before you can give that belief, you have to feel it strongly within yourself. Ultimately, your beliefs define who you are deep down inside. These visual images, mental sounds, and mental actions are all created by your imagination. Even though they might seem like they're coming from outside, they're actually coming from within you. It's like your own inner spirit is using your imagination to create these things. They move around as if someone else is making them move, but they're actually coming from your own imagination. They're sent out into the world using the same kind of vibrational energy that's used when you speak or when you send a picture. So when you send out these mental creations, they're not sent out as pictures or sounds, they're sent out as vibrations. The way you think and feel affects your subjective mind, which then creates visible effects. When you feel something, there's always a corresponding change in how your body expresses itself or how you sense things. Even if you seem calm on the outside, intense thoughts or feelings can still cause subtle movements in your muscles or changes in your body functions. For example, your eyes might react by dilating or contracting based on what you're imagining, and your breathing might speed up or slow down depending on your thoughts. These physical changes persist until they trigger similar changes in someone else, leading to a real-life outcome. It's like how a word or an idea can turn into something tangible, like when energy is transmitted and received in a radio field, where changes happen in a specific area of space. The connection between the field and the energy it holds is strong and cannot be separated. When you receive a word or energy, it becomes a part of you, just like the field becomes the embodiment of what it receives. The person thinking and the thoughts they have, the one directing and the one receiving, the energy and the space it fills are all connected as one. If you were calm and still enough to hear your own beliefs, you'd understand what people mean when they talk about the music of the spheres. The sound you imagine hearing during prayer, which seems to come from outside, is actually created by you. If you pay attention to yourself, you'll realize this. Just like the music of the spheres is described as a beautiful harmony heard only by the gods and thought to be made by the movements of the stars and planets, the harmony you hear in your mind for others is heard only by you and is created by your own thoughts and feelings. In the kingdom of heaven inside you, there are wonderful things waiting. It's like the happy message in this quote. How great it is to see someone sharing good news, spreading peace, and talking about salvation. This quote reminds us that there's goodness and hope within us. Just like how it feels good to hear good news, it's important to remember that we can bring positivity to ourselves and others. Inside each of us, there's a place filled with kindness, peace, and hope. When we share this inner goodness with others, we bring joy and comfort to them. A powerful way to share good news with someone else is to imagine them in your mind and have them affirm what you want them to do. Picture them telling you they've accomplished what you desired. This activates within them the same positive state you affirmed, and this energy continues until the task is completed. It doesn't matter what you're asking for or who you're asking to do it. Once you believe it's done, results follow. However, Failure can happen if you don't truly believe in your affirmation, or if the state you're affirming wouldn't be desired by the person. In that case, it manifests in yourself instead of them. Talking to yourself may seem harmless, but it's actually a very effective form of prayer. Having a mental discussion with the imagined image of someone else is a powerful way to pray. This kind of argument sets the stage for potential conflict when you interact with them in real life. However, if you change your mental approach before you meet them, you can modify the outcome. Unfortunately, many people forget these mental arguments and conversations, which can lead to confusion about the conflicts and challenges they face in life. Just as mental arguments create conflicts, positive mental conversations lead to good news and positive outcomes. Humans shape themselves through their imagination. If you struggle to believe in something for yourself, imagine a friend in your mind. Picture them affirming that you already possess what you desire. Even though your friend doesn't consciously know or agree with this, their subconscious mind will accept it. This belief will persist until it achieves its goal, awakening the same positive energy in you, which then becomes reality. Remember the saying, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy." This means that when you're kind to others, blessings come not only to them, but also to you. Whatever good you believe about others will not only happen to them, but will also come back to you. It's like this. When you show kindness to someone, it not only makes them feel good, but also creates positive energy around you. This positive energy can bring good things into your life too. Think about it. If you believe in the goodness of others and treat them with kindness, it can lead to positive outcomes for both of you. Your kindness can inspire others to be kind too, creating a cycle of goodness. Transformations are never one-sided. They create more than what's initially given, like a hammer strike, which not only creates a sound and movement, but also generates heat and electricity. Similarly, the positive energy you share with others multiplies and returns to you abundantly. Now, the way we see others also plays a big role in how they show up in our lives. If we view someone negatively, they may reflect that negativity back to us. But if we see them in a positive light, they may transform into something better. This idea is illustrated by a story about two men in prison. One saw only the mud, while the other saw the stars. True wisdom comes from seeing beyond appearances and judging others with righteousness. This perfect man doesn't judge based on how things seem, but rather on how he wants them to be. He sees the good in others and doesn't condemn them. Instead, he transforms the world with his positive outlook. The perfect man doesn't focus on limitations, but sees potential instead. Poverty is seen as a temporary stage on the journey to wealth, just like a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. Even in tough times, he sees opportunities for growth and change, much like Jesus resting in the imagination of every person. This idea tells us that instead of dwelling on limitations or tough times, we should focus on what's possible. Just like how a caterpillar turns into a beautiful butterfly, we can transform our situations into something better. For example, when someone faces poverty or difficulties, instead of feeling stuck, they can see it as a step towards something better. They can believe in their ability to overcome challenges and work towards a brighter future. Similarly, even in tough times, there's always room for growth and change. Like how Jesus symbolizes hope and resilience, we can tap into our inner strength and imagination to envision a better tomorrow. The idea is that by affirming positive beliefs, we awaken the best version of ourselves and others. Only then can we truly see the potential and goodness in everyone, just as we awaken the presence of Jesus within ourselves through positive affirmation. The Holy Womb is our imagination, and the Holy Child is the ideal version of ourselves, as described by Isaiah. St. Augustine's words remind us that what we seek externally is often found within ourselves. It's our own consciousness that holds the key to awakening our potential. Even if Christ were born 1,000 times in Bethlehem, it's meaningless unless he's born within us. This means that creation is already complete, and we bring our desires into reality by truly feeling the state we wish to experience. Just as feeling sleepy makes us fall asleep, feeling like Jesus Christ makes us embody his qualities. We only see reflections of ourselves in the world around us. Everything that happens to us is connected to who we are. This shows how much power we have to shape our reality through our thoughts and feelings. Imagine looking into a mirror. The reflection you see is like how life reflects who we are inside. If we're kind and positive, we often see kindness and positivity around us. But if we're negative or unkind, we might see negativity in the world. This idea teaches us that our thoughts and feelings shape our experiences. If we think positively and feel good about ourselves, we attract positive things into our lives. But if we focus on the negative, we might attract more negativity. People often seem to appear out of nowhere, reflecting the mood we're in. It's like they're connected to our emotions. Sometimes you bump into someone unexpectedly, only to realize they're closely linked to your current mood. This happens because our moods have a way of showing themselves outwardly. You might even predict who you'll meet or what situations you'll face based on your mood. So, it's important to cultivate positive feelings. By embracing the feeling of being Christ-like, you tap into the highest version of yourself, revealing eternal truths. Our behavior is shaped by our subconscious beliefs about ourselves and others. If we aim for greatness and embrace our divine nature, our actions will naturally reflect that. So, by adopting the mindset of being Christ-like, we'll find our behavior changing for the better, even without consciously trying. Our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves often show up in the way others treat us. They act according to how we perceive ourselves deep down, even if we're not aware of it. So if we want to change how people treat us, we need to change how we see ourselves. One way to do this is by adopting the mindset of being Christ-like. By consistently feeling and believing that we embody the qualities of Christ, it starts to become a natural part of who we are. As we do this, we'll find ourselves transforming, becoming more like the image we hold in our minds. Unlocking the power of God within us is like overcoming any challenges in our way. It's a strong form of prayer, according to Neville Goddard. His teachings show how belief influences our reality. Think of it like this. Inside each of us lies a powerful force, like a hidden strength waiting to be awakened. When we tap into this power and believe in ourselves, we can overcome any obstacles in our path. Neville Goddard's teachings remind us that our beliefs shape our reality. If we truly believe in our ability to overcome challenges, then we can manifest positive outcomes in our lives. While this book focuses on prayer, it's not purely biblical in its approach. However, it offers valuable insights, especially regarding Neville's concept of everyone is you pushed out. Essentially, it means that the world reflects back to us what we hold in our subconscious minds. It's like looking in a mirror and seeing our inner thoughts and beliefs reflected in our external experiences. When new people come into your life, it's like seeing a reflection of what's going on in your mind without you even realizing it. Neville talks about how your mood can shape what happens in your future. You might notice that the people you're around seem to match up with the feelings you're having. Neville often emphasizes the importance of praying for others, but here he also warns about the dangers of praying negatively for someone else. He explains that if you wish harm on someone and they wouldn't wish it for themselves or others, that negative energy could bounce back to you. For example, let's say you wish for someone to lose their arm. That's a terrible thing to wish for, and most people wouldn't want that to happen to anyone. So, according to Neville, that negative wish might end up affecting you instead. It's like a pendulum swinging back and forth. When people feel angry or upset towards politicians they don't like, they might wish bad things upon them. But since those politicians wouldn't want harm to come to themselves, that negative energy could end up affecting the person who wished it instead. Neville also introduces the law of reversibility, which is like a scientific argument. It suggests that when a cause can produce an effect, the effect can also produce the cause. He applies this idea to our thoughts and feelings, showing how they can shape our reality. Changing your beliefs is possible by consistently imagining that your wishes have already come true, or by wishing good things for others in the same way. I hope this advice helps you on your journey. If you're praying for something, I hope this guidance helps you pray in a way that brings about positive results. Let me know how I can imagine good things for you, because I truly want the best for you. If you don't want those things, they'll come right back to me. So please share with me what wonderful things you'd like me to imagine for you, and I'll do it, I promise. You can leave your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your thoughts on the power of prayer and belief. It's clear that believing is crucial for prayer to work. By regularly immersing yourself in the feeling of your desires being fulfilled, you can change your beliefs, making your prayers more effective. That's the essence of faith. I'm currently praying for total joy, bliss, happiness, abundance, safety, and love for everyone listening. If you don't want those blessings, that's okay. They can come right back to me. Thank you for listening.